So I'm living for later, living for later.
All right, so I am here to talk to you about the second dream that Joseph had. So in the video that I posted yesterday, I talked about how, being obedient sometimes causes you your reputation and causes you to give up your right. Well, today I want to talk about the second dream. And this happens in Matthew chapter 2, verse 13. And in this dream, Joseph is told to take baby Jesus and Mary and to flee to Egypt because King Herod was looking to kill the baby after the wise men visited him and, they announced to him that a king is to be born. Of course, Herod, being jealous and very evil, was looking to kill baby Jesus because he's like, oh no, I am the only king here in this land. So Joseph was divinely warned to take the baby and to go to Egypt. And I love this because verse 14, it says that night, the same night that Joseph has the dream, he left for Egypt. Immediately, Joseph again obeys. And this is mind-blowing because this lets me know that sometimes when God calls you to obey, and the thing that he's telling you to do, it's going to inconvenience you. We live in a culture where we're so inwardly focused and it's all about our comfort and how dare God tell me to do something that is going to inconvenience me. I don't know why I keep on saying that, right? But again, it's not about us. Joseph could have argued and said, you know what? Okay, God, enough with these angel visits, right? You already had me put my reputation on the line, and then I had to wait to have sexual intercourse with Mary until this baby is born, and now you're telling me to get up, uproot my family, and go to the land of Egypt? This doesn't even make sense, God. But Joseph does none of that. And you know what? If he even had questions in his mind, he didn't allow his mind to dictate what he was going to do. He had a made up mind to obey what the Lord was telling him to do, even if it was an inconvenience to him. And I love this because this encourages me to know that, you know what, if God speaks something, it's not about my comfort. It's not about my convenience. It's about my yes, right? And sometimes we may look at what God is telling us to do as an inconvenience, and we miss out on the fact that it's really about our safety. It's about our well-being, and we can only see the here and now. We don't know the big picture of things. So it behooves us to say yes when God tells us to do something and to not hesitate. This immediate obedience is just so powerful to me. So again, I'm just encouraged by this, and I want to encourage you. If God has told you to something, if he's telling you to get up, uproot your family and move to a different location, to quit your job, to go to another job, and you don't see what that other job is going to look like, that's fine. And the other thing that I want to point out here is that Joseph, when he was told to go to Egypt, there wasn't a set timeline. God didn't say, okay, go there, stay for a month. It's go until the time that I tell you it's time to return. So Joseph totally moved in faith. He moved in obedience. He moved in complete trust. Sometimes we won't move until God tells us the big picture. Okay, God, I'll only quit that job if I have the other job lined up. Okay, God, I'll only let go of this toxic relationship with this guy that's leading me in the wrong direction. I'll only let it go when you show me who my husband is. None of that do we see here with Joseph. He immediately obeys and he goes on faith. But here's the thing. Joseph remembered his first dream. I'm sure he's like, you know what? God spoke it. It came true just like he said. So there is no doubt. There's no need for me to doubt God. And some of us, as I've said before, we're so suspicious of God as if he's ever failed us, right? The scripture says that he is faithful even when we are without faith. So if God is telling you to do something, look at his track record. Has he ever failed you? Absolutely not. So you go ahead, obey, move in faith. Whatever God is telling you to do, you move and you say yes, and say yes immediately. Don't delay. All right. That was a lot. I was feeling it. All right, I'm gonna stop there. You be blessed.